What contributions to science did you, what discoveries did you contribute to science through your experiences? So, as a person outside of college, I have actually not contributed anything to actual science based on my experiences. My experiences are mine and mine alone. However, at the end of my lifetime or the midst of my lifetime, I will contribute those ideas to science, those perspectives to science, those understanding and those comprehension of knowledge to science, because God forbid me, I will actually take the time to write them down and offer them up to science. Outside of my own personal experience, outside of my own situation, what have my situations allowed me to contribute to science? Well, when I was 18, I worked on a project in Drexel about manipulating silicone to regenerate itself. So there was a Japanese car that actually, if you were to run into a pedestrian, because in Japan they actually have a lot of pedestrian accidents, when you would run into a pedestrian, it would not dent itself, it would actually adhere back to its original form, and that silicone would actually not have a dent or be disrupted by the persona it was hit by. So when I was younger, the only thing that I actually attribute to actual writing in science was my work with silicone or silicates, and how I was able to help identify a protein that could regenerate itself within a certain environment in a silicate. So within a certain environment that's not sustainable to current life, within a certain environment that is a way lower temperature, maybe within Antarctica it could survive, I was able to figure out that silicone could possibly regenerate itself in that type of instant. And I had helped and aided in the idea that silicone could be used in coding robotics, or current technologies, or any type of false arms or so forth. I aided to that idea that you could have a false arm or false leg, and you could actually have silicone coating in coating around that neurosystem or that neural network that was within that arm, that could regenerate itself or reconstruct itself into its original form, no matter the type of excuse me, no matter the type of scarring, or like, what's another word for like scarring? Like what's another word for like car crash? What's another word for that? Like trauma. So I was able to aid in identifying the fact that if you were to manipulate a silicate in a certain format, that it could, under the right conditions, reconstruct itself no matter the trauma it had been in, to its original form. There you go. That was my grad project. Yeah. That was literally my grad project. And I was head of that grad project. That was my own inspiration and my own idea. One of 12 people within that grad project. What are you talking about? But I'm lost? Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of misplaced words. No, because I wasn't the only one working on the project. I'm drunk too, Maggie. Mag! Fuck! I hate me. Did that make sense to you guys or not? That like totally didn't make sense. Nonsensical shit. I was working on the forefront of science. I felt that I was a part of the forefront of science. So when I was 16, my best friend went into the military, and he was learning how to jump out of planes. And his very first jump out of a plane, he fell and he crashed and he broke both of his legs and his lower leg bones, and he shattered them, and he was never able to walk again. So when he was 16 and I was 14, I told him, my goal in life is to make you new legs. So I really love the idea of prosthetics. I think robotics and prosthetics are amazing. I think the intricacies of robotics and neurology are so fucking astounding that when I went to college for biochemistry, bioengineering, my first and foremost idea was to not only deal with the I don't know, robotics form of it, because I wasn't fully educated in the form of math to deal with the robotics and the science behind making actual everyday usable prosthetics. But I did know that I had the capability and the understanding of biology and cell matter and cell formation to make something that could regenerate itself, or to contribute to science, the idea of a regrowth matter. And that's exactly what I did. And that was my grad project, and I had 12 people working with me on it. Does that help? Make it a little more understandable? Nope, you're just sleeping. Because you were on the verge of fucking out? Probably because it's a male verse thing. The math is really hard. The math in any type of engineering is hard. Bioengineering, biochem is so hard. Multivariate calculus was the last math class I ever completed. And I can never truly begin to explain the comprehension of multivariate calculus without a pre-designed device that helps you solve the problem. So if you were to go into multivariate calculus, it's almost physically impossible, unless you're a genius, to understand that type of math without a computer or a computing system. It's insane. It's truly insane. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cosmic. I'm smart. I'm definitely smart. People don't believe it, but I'm definitely smart. People have no idea that I'm that smart. I'm drunk.